This ministry content is brought to you by the partners of Terrisavellefoy Ministries.
Did you know that before you ever say a word, people are reading your body language, your appearance, and your energy? In fact, studies show it only takes about 7 seconds for someone to form an impression of you. 7 seconds! Did you also know that confidence is what men and women find most attractive in each other? Confidence is attractive. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a movie star or spend thousands of dollars to look confident and attractive. Confidence is something you project. So today I just want to share 5 ways you can look more confident and attractive starting right now. And your free download this week is 15 powerful scriptures, confidence boosting scriptures from God's Word, plus 15 positive I am affirmations that I personally speak. See, whatever you put after I am becomes your reality. So start speaking these I am declarations like, I am confident, I am successful, I am highly favored of God. So you can just click the link in the show notes and get these confidence boosters to start speaking today. And before I forget, would you do a favor for me? Would you become a subscriber? You know, that is such a confidence booster for me and my team. It just lets us know that you want me to keep providing these videos and just encouragement to help you live your God-given dreams. So if you'll just real quick push the subscribe button on your screen, that means so much to us. And thank you for doing that. And if you're already a subscriber, please know how grateful I am. Okay, 5 ways to look more confident. Number 1, dress like the person you want to be. So what I'm saying is you don't have to wear expensive clothes to look attractive. You just have to look intentional. When you dress with excellence, it communicates, I value myself. I care about my future. See, the way you dress is more than fabric, it's a message. Your clothes just tell the world how you see yourself. They even tell you who you are becoming. So when you dress sloppy, careless, or just thrown together, you're communicating, I don't really value where I'm headed in life. But when you dress sharp, clean, and intentional, you're communicating, I'm prepared. I take my future seriously. I belong here. So it's not about vanity, it's about identity. You're literally clothing yourself in confidence, dignity, and expectation. Let me explain. See, before Damon John became a multi-millionaire on Shark Tank, he was just a young man with a dream to build a clothing brand. He didn't have money or status, but he started dressing the part of a successful entrepreneur long before anyone knew his name. He tells how he wore his own FUBU gear everywhere, even when it wasn't popular yet, because he wanted to just embody the vision he had for his future. He said, if I don't believe in it enough to wear it myself, why would anyone else? So by dressing like the designer he envisioned himself becoming, he wasn't just marketing, he was mentally preparing himself for the success that eventually came. In fact, there's a well-known business story of a college graduate who wanted to land his dream corporate job. Well, while his classmates wore casual clothes to career fairs, stuff like that, he put on a tailored suit every time. He said, I may not have the experience yet, but I can look like I belong in the boardroom. Well, when he got the interview, he walked in already mentally prepared because he'd been wearing the role for weeks. The employer later told him, we noticed how you carried yourself from the start. You look like someone who already worked here. He got the job. Well, Colossians 3:12 says, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Notice how the Bible ties clothing with character. So what you put on externally or internally communicates your calling. So here's your practical takeaway. Just ask yourself every morning, would my future self wear this? Dressing well doesn't just impress others. It convinces you that you're capable of rising to the level of your dream. So don't dress for where you are, dress for where you're going. And when you put on excellence, you're putting on expectation. Okay, number 2, fix your posture. Stand tall like you belong. Now this is something you can literally change overnight. Your posture is preaching a message before you ever open your mouth. See, poor posture, slouched shoulders, head down, arms crossed. This just communicates insecurity, defeat, and even disinterest. It says, I don't belong here. But confident posture, shoulders back, chin lifted, standing tall, it just communicates strength, assurance, and presence. It says, I'm ready. I belong here. Think about it. God didn't create you to shrink back. No, in fact, Hebrews 10:39 says, we do not belong to those who shrink back and are destroyed, but to those who have faith and are saved. You know, faith actually means confidence. So even your body can reflect your faith when you carry yourself like someone who belongs in the room. So why posture matters? Well, it affects how others see you. People size you up within seconds. And if you walk in hunched over, you look unsure. Even if you're brilliant, but if you walk in tall, you look like a leader, even before you've spoken a word. It also affects how you see yourself. See, your body tells your brain how you feel. And when you sit up straight or stand tall, your brain literally registers more confidence. But when you slump, your brain associates it with sadness, fear, insecurity. Another thing is it affects your opportunities. Just like the guy who got the job, employers, leaders, even strangers are drawn to people who look confident. Doors open more easily when you carry yourself like you're ready for them. In fact, I was thinking about Serena Williams. Early in her career, she admitted that she sometimes just felt intimidated by bigger, stronger opponents. But her father taught her to walk onto the court with her shoulders back, her chin up, and an intense look of focus. She said, even if I didn't feel confident inside, I had to carry myself like I was. Well, that posture shifted everything. Not just how her opponents saw her, but how she saw herself. Think about that. It helped her grow into one of the most dominant athletes of all time. So here's your practical tip. Fix your posture today. You know, I heard someone say to imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head. It instantly straightens your back. Roll your shoulders back instead of letting them slouch forward. I have to work on this all the time. But keep your chin parallel to the ground, not tucked down. You know, my fitness trainer told me years ago to adjust the rearview mirror in your car when you have perfect posture. She said, if you suddenly can't see out of the mirror, she said, don't adjust the mirror, adjust you, and practice good posture. And walk into every room like you've been invited, because you have. So if you walk like you don't belong, you'll convince yourself and everyone else of that. But if you stand tall, carry yourself like the person God created you to be, then you're going to attract opportunities, respect, and confidence. Fix your posture and you'll fix the picture you're painting of yourself to the world. Hey, my sweet friend, I want to personally invite you to be a part of something powerful, and that is partnership. Did you know that when you become a monthly partner with Terrisavellefoy Ministries, through your prayers, finances, and overall support, you're not just giving, you're positioning yourself to experience the same grace, the same anointing, the same discipline and results that are on my life and on this ministry. Together, we're reaching people around the world with messages of hope found in Jesus. We're helping others discover their purpose, pursue their God-given dreams, and make their dreams bigger than their memories. Your partnership makes this possible. So if you've been blessed by this podcast, prayerfully consider joining us today. Let's make a difference together. Okay, number 3 is to take care of your fitness and health. You know, when you feel good physically, you project confidence mentally. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. That's 1 Corinthians. And when you take care of it through exercise, rest, and nutrition, you don't just look better, you feel better. So fitness isn't just about weight loss. It's about energy, vitality, and the confidence that comes when you know you're disciplined. So poor health habits, they communicate, I'm tired, I'm too distracted, it's not important to me. Think about that. It's not important to me? Your health is not important? But healthy habits communicate, I'm strong, I respect myself, I'm ready for what God has called me to do. So when you have more energy, you just automatically look more attractive and confident. I think about the actor Chris Pratt. He used to be known as the funny, out-of-shape guy on TV. But when he landed his role in Guardians of the Galaxy, he just committed to a fitness and nutrition plan that completely transformed his body. Within months, he lost 60 pounds, built muscle, and looked like a completely different person. But here's the key. Chris said the biggest change wasn't just physical. He said, I feel confident now. I walk into a room differently. He said, I carry myself differently. That's the power of fitness. It doesn't just change your waistline, it changes your self-image. Now, another example, I know of a woman who felt insecure in every setting, work meetings, social gatherings, even church, because of her weight and her low energy. So she finally just set a goal to walk 20 minutes every day and to cut out soda, like Cokes and stuff, for 30 days. After just 1 month, she lost a few pounds, but more importantly, her confidence skyrocketed. She said, I used to walk in hiding in the back now. She said, now I walk in just smiling. I feel proud of myself. It wasn't perfection that gave her confidence, it was progress. So here's your practical takeaway. Start with one small fitness goal, 20 minutes of walking, 10 push-ups a day, or swapping water for soda. Small wins build momentum, and momentum builds confidence. So your body language, your energy, even your attractiveness are boosted when you prioritize your health. I heard someone say, your body is a billboard of your self-respect. Think about that. Your body is a billboard of your self-respect. That's strong. Maybe we should put that in the comments. See, when you invest in your fitness, you're saying, I value my calling. I value my future. I value myself. I value my family. Taking care of your health isn't vanity, it's stewardship. And when you feel strong on the inside, you'll look unstoppable on the outside. I hope this helps. Not trying to be too hard. Okay, number 4 is smile. Now, I call this the elf factor because smiling's my favorite. But seriously, smiling and making eye contact are 2 of the most powerful nonverbal confidence boosters you have. So a smile just communicates warmth, joy, and approachability. People approach me all the time. I'm not kidding. I know it's because I smile all the time. In fact, when I was little, my sister would say, stop smiling at everyone. But research shows that people who smile are consistently rated as more attractive and trustworthy. Isn't that amazing? Now, I'm telling you, when I was a little girl, people, strangers have always approached me, but I've always been known for smiling. In fact, my parents, when I was little, they would make a bet that when I would walk out of 7-Eleven, because I would run in to get the hot dog buns or whatever, they would make a bet. I bet she'll be smiling when she comes out. Well, that's what my high school wrote in my yearbook about me. Terry smiles at everyone. But see, I think your smile is the most attractive feature. That's why I hated when we all had to wear a mask during COVID. I felt like I'm covering my best feature. But why this matters? When you smile, your brain actually releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals. That means you feel happier and more confident simply by choosing to smile. A young college student shared how insecure she felt in classes. And she would avoid eye contact with professors, she would hide in the back row, and she rarely ever spoke up. Well, one semester, she made a simple decision that she would smile at least once in every setting. And at first, she felt awkward. But slowly, she started noticing professors calling on her more. Classmates started including her in some of their projects. Her own self-image started to improve. Well, by the end of the year, she said, I feel like a different person, more confident, more respected, more outgoing, all because I started smiling at people. That's amazing, isn't it? So her inward confidence grew because she changed her outward behavior. So here's a practical tip. Just practice smiling at strangers in safe settings. Cashiers, baristas, neighbors. Before entering a room, just decide, I'm going to be the first to smile. I think your smile is your signature. It makes you look instantly more confident and attractive. Okay, number 5. Got a little brush here. Grooming and presentation matters. Man, I got hairspray in this hair. Confidence is more, it's not only about the big things. It's about the small details. The way you take care of yourself, your hair, your nails, your breath, your clothes, even the wrinkles in your shirt. It communicates either excellence or neglect. So think about it. If you just show up looking sloppy, people subconsciously assume you're careless. But when you look neat, fresh, and intentional, they just assume you're confident, disciplined, you're ready for opportunities. So poor grooming just kind of whispers, I don't value myself. Isn't this amazing? Excellent grooming says, I'm disciplined, I respect myself, I'm ready for success. So why grooming matters for confidence is because you feel different. When you look polished, you carry yourself differently. I mean, ladies, don't you just feel different when you get your nails done? Even a fresh haircut, it just changes the way you walk into a room. It's crazy how these little things matter, but others treat you differently. People are drawn to those who look more put together. It signals reliability and professionalism, and it builds discipline. Because consistency in small areas, shaving, ironing, hygiene, it strengthens confidence in the bigger areas. You know, a young man in his 20s was struggling with confidence at work. He was smart and very hardworking, but he just felt overlooked. And his mentor told him, he said, you've got to upgrade your appearance. Pay attention to the details. So he just committed to getting a haircut every 2 weeks, keeping his shoes polished, ironing his shirts, improving his hygiene with cologne and skincare. Within months, people started treating him differently. Coworkers even said, you look really sharp. You're really stepping it up. His boss began to notice. He didn't just look better, he felt better. His self-image soared, and soon after, he was promoted. He said, it wasn't that I suddenly became smarter, it's that I started respecting myself enough to look the part, and that changed everything. So I'm not saying you need to look perfect. I'm just saying presentation matters. And excellence in your appearance says, I respect myself and I'm ready for my future. And when you look confident, you feel confident. And when you feel confident, you attract better opportunities. Remember Proverbs 31, how it talks about a godly woman is clothed with strength and dignity? That's you. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect. Just start carrying yourself with confidence today and watch how doors begin to open for you. So I want you to be sure, get your free download of 15 powerful confidence-boosting scriptures, plus 15 positive I am declarations to speak over yourself today. Just click the link in the show notes to get this confidence-boosting, it's like a cheat sheet, and start doing it today. And of course, remember, I am cheering you on to live your dreams. Back in 2006, I applied a biblical framework that God showed me. And by 2011, just 5 years later, every single crazy dream I'd written down came to pass. I was co-hosting a TV show, I'd started a successful women's conference, I launched my ministry, I became a CEO. Every single thing that once looked completely impossible was completely done within 5 years. And here's what's amazing. Since then, I've applied this same biblical framework over and over again every 5 years. And each time, I've seen the same results. It has literally become my 5-year system in life. And now, for the very first time, I'm going to share this 5-year system at the next conference this November in Dallas. So let me ask you, what could happen in your life by the year 2030? Because whatever big, wild, impossible dream just came to your mind, that's exactly what can become your reality when you learn and apply this 5-year system. This is my first time ever teaching this, and it's only happening at the next conference. Seats are limited, so don't wait. Join me this November, and let's design your next 5 years together. So go to terri.com/next and reserve your seat today.